But you can take a good look at this map and you can get kind of an idea of where some of the congressmen and governors are sitting in terms of allowing these refugees into our country. This is a very important issue, guys. Listen, this is a country, in my opinion, that at some point the design of it was meant to crumble. And it was meant to crumble because it was meant to give way to this world order that they want so badly. And it's not just America. It's going to be all these other countries. So how do they do it? It's their motto to divide and conquer, to use chaos. And for those that missed it, I put out an outstanding video piece over on the Jeh Knight channel. And it was a journalist over in France telling the truth about this whole thing. Word for word, everything I've been talking about for years, all the people behind it, he admitted all of it. It really is a bombshell piece of information that everyone needs to see. But what he stated in that was that this is a push in Europe to bring all these people in. And now that they're getting into these areas, you're going to see chaos, and it's going to cause civil war in the streets. He also warned that they are looking to crack down on guys like me and some of you that are out here in this independent media realm, alternative media realm, trying to get the truth out. They do not like it, and we need to learn from what's happening to them, because I'm telling you, it's in the cards. They're bringing it here. Mexico is just welcoming these Syrians with open arms left and right, and that's what you need to be paying attention to. If you have been paying attention, you would have learned something throughout the past couple years, especially in witnessing this massive invasion of all these people that came from South America and Central America, swarming up to our southern border, and then it just stopped. That was by design. It was so obvious. Same thing with what's happening over in Europe, and I showed a map of where all these people are coming from and where they are going. And the two main spots in Europe to where they're flooding to is France and Germany. The same two teams that were playing at the stadium when all these events went down. Here in the United States, what they're saying is all over time you're going to see these guys come in. And Obama trying to say, oh, it's shameful. That's not how America does it. Right. If you're paying attention, you can see what Europe is warning of, and others, that they are using this as a guise to bring in all their men as refugees, and then the next thing you know, these events go down, and they were carried out by these individuals. So what does that make individuals at the top? When are people going to stand up and do something about it, about the corruption? Time's ticking. One thing's for sure. We have governors stepping up in at least 27 states stopping this. You need to get behind these men. You need to really get out in the streets at these events and show up and do something. Let them see you. Talk to them. Let them know that the people aren't just at home asleep like good sheep, that they're awake and you're in the streets and you're at their office now. When they see this, it's game changing. I also want to point out, as it says here, not committing or no statement, that's a crock of BS. Because I've got a map, and I've talked about it before, that shows just in Kentucky alone that they've brought these guys into Louisville and Lexington. And I will be making trips down here to these areas, and I will approach these facilities, and I will attempt to get some interviews. It's in the works. I will try to find these guys, and I'll play right into them. Hey, we're here to welcome you to America. Come on out. Talk to us. Tell us a little bit about yourself. I'll do whatever it takes to get the truth and to get it out to you guys, especially if they're bringing these individuals into our own backyards, into these Catholic churches, and into these ministries is where they're bringing them, and then letting them loose. And now there's word that the ones that just came into Louisiana is already missing? Can you imagine this full scale across the country? And look what's happened to Michigan. It's begun. Are you going to sit back and just let it keep going down? Or are you going to stand up and stop this goon and his minions from trampling our country and our freedom? I got a feeling most people are going to sit there in their tail till it's way too late. For those of you out there that are going to fight to the end, I love you. I respect you. You remember we're in this together. And you got to stand behind the folks out there that are making a stand for our country. And you have to show them that you're there. Or else it's guys like that that think, oh, no one's paying attention, and they get bought out. Pockets stuffed full of cash. They do whatever the hell they're told. And as long as nobody's putting their feet to the fire, it'll remain that way. Unless you have some good men. You better pray that that's the case here in this country, and that we've got enough that haven't sold out, and we have enough to turn the tide here. It's what it's going to take. And if you think for a second that there's not going to be an epic, and I mean epic, event in this country before this man is scheduled to leave office, you're crazy. It's been in the cards the whole time, and I hope you're preparing for it. By then, they'll label all of the Christians out here the enemy because we don't want to get slaughtered by what they're bringing in. And they're going to call us the racists. They're going to call all these other people that don't want to see them here bad names and label them domestic terrorists and everything else. When in all reality, that's exactly what they're bringing in against you. And it's to cause civil war in the streets. Better learn from the mistakes of these other countries. It's been Dabu 7.